For centuries, Buddhist practitioners have claimed that sustained meditation leads to a specific physical transformation of the human body. To verify this, modern researchers began placing experienced meditators into MRI scanners to see if the internal reality matched the ancient claim. The scans of one 50-year-old monk revealed the cortical volume and gray matter density typically found in a 30-year-old. While his birth certificate said 50, his brain anatomy was decades younger. This data suggests meditation functions as a measurable biological intervention, not just a spiritual exercise. The modern brain spends most of its time in a baseline state called the default mode network. This is the hardware that keeps the mind trapped in a loop of past regrets and future anxieties. This chronic state keeps the sympathetic nervous system engaged, flooding the body with cortisol and eroding the average attention span to just 8 seconds. However, targeted breathing techniques can be used to manually override this baseline and physically re-engineer these faulty circuits. Reclaiming your cognitive performance starts with understanding and training this physical anatomy. Deep inside your brain sits the amygdala. This almond-shaped structure acts as your internal alarm system, processing threats and triggering the sensation of fear. MRI scans of consistent meditators show that mindfulness practice physically reduces the gray matter volume in this specific region. As the amygdala loses volume, baseline anxiety and blood pressure drop, allowing the body to shift into a calm, rest and digest state. Shrinking the fear center is the anatomical equivalent of lowering the volume on a persistent false alarm. As the fear center quietens, activity shifts to the prefrontal cortex. This is the executive hub responsible for focus, rational thought, and emotional regulation. There is an inverse relationship at play here. As the amygdala shrinks, the prefrontal cortex measurably thickens due to increased usage. A thicker prefrontal cortex enhances the brain's ability to override sudden panic responses with calm, logical evaluation. This structural change is why long-term practitioners stop reacting to stressors on impulse and start responding with intention. Deep within the temporal lobe lies the hippocampus, the brain center for memory and learning. This is usually the first region to degrade under chronic stress or normal aging. Data shows that meditation increases cortical thickness here, creating a physical buffer against memory loss. This preservation extends down to the cellular level, specifically to the telomeres, which are the protective caps on the ends of our DNA. By lowering cortisol, meditation slows the shortening of these caps, which reduces cell death and slows biological aging. By thickening the hippocampus and protecting these DNA caps, the brain maintains the structural integrity of a much younger organ. These structures generate constant electrical signals. A stressed mind is dominated by chaotic beta waves, while a meditative state produces calm, rhythmic alpha waves. Experienced practitioners can achieve a rare third state, gamma waves. These high-frequency signals are perfectly synchronized across the brain. This creates brain criticality, a peak cognitive state where focus, empathy, and adaptability reach their maximum efficiency. If structural growth in the cortex is the hardware upgrade, shifting to these synchronized waves is the ultimate software optimization. The question for most people isn't whether this works, but how long it takes to see these results. While your electrical brainwaves shift during the very first session, measurable structural changes to your gray matter become visible in brain scans after just 21 days of daily practice. Meditation is best viewed as a neurological workout. Every time your mind drifts and you pull your focus back to your breath, you are completing a single rep that strengthens these circuits. To start, attach just 1 to 5 minutes of focused breathing to an existing habit, like your morning coffee or brushing your teeth. Consistency is the only requirement to let your own biology physically upgrade your mind.